Thank you, Chairman. I want to say good morning to everybody here this morning, and also I'd like to say good morning to those that are viewing live. Tell you welcome here. Wish you could be here, and I know you wish you could be here too. But this morning I'm going to tell you a little bit about the Comanche Nation Tourism. I'm going to share a presentation with you, and then once I complete that, we're going to go ahead and take any questions, and I think they can also ask questions online. So if anybody has any questions out there, you can post those. And then if anybody that is here in the audience has any questions, we'll take those at that time. So I put a couple of pictures of the Comanche Nation Tourism Center up. We have a really nice building. It is about 1,600 square feet. And it is located just south of the Comanche Nation Casino. It was adopted by Resolution 5201 in 2001, and the doors opened in 2003. The building itself holds a showroom, a front lobby area. We also have a room with supplies that we sell, and then we have an art gallery. Everything that is here in the tourism center is for sale. A majority of the items. We do have some items that are not for sale. We have a very beautiful veranda that we do have activities under, and it covers 3/4 of the building. So that's real nice during this time for our vendors to come in, set up, and anything that they sell, that money goes to them at that time. We don't ask for any pay from them. They're not charged to set up or anything. So we usually start this in March, which our first event will be the second weekend of March, and we usually go through September. And the last one we have is always around our Comanche Nation Fair. The Comanche Nation Tourism Center has 3 employees, myself and 2 others. It was established as an informational center as well as a retail shop, but the informational center, as far as the information that we give out brochures for local, area, and state. We also do businesses for local, such as motels, restaurants, and then we also do local points of interest for a lot of people that come through. They want to know where they can go, what they can do and see, and the different places that are available to them, and we give that information to them there. On the retail side, we sell different types of products. One of our main products that we sell is the Pendleton products. Off of that, we have the blankets, which are the robes. They call them serapes, but they're summer blankets. And then the saddle blankets, mugs, accessories, as well as jackets and some sweaters and those types of things. We have craft supplies, beads, anything that you might need to fix your regalia, make a shawl. We have a lot of those items that we now sell in the tourism center. We sell jewelry, such as earrings, and a lot of these things are handmade, which we purchase from Comanche tribal members and others that might come through. And we have a beautiful art gallery that displays a lot of our Comanche Nation art. So that's a little bit that I wanted to share with you about the building itself, and then what it was established for and what we do carry in there. I'm going to go on to our budget and share with you what we are asking for and the difference in those. So our current budget that we're working on for 2017 is at 192, a little bit less than that. We're currently asking for $233,000, and the difference on that is going to be right at $41,661. So what I'm going to discuss with you is the difference and what we need that increase for. For the total increase at $41,000, indirect cost was not put in our budget this year. And speaking with one of our representatives at Finley and Cook, I found out that because we are not housed here on the campus, that we pay half of the indirect costs that they pay. So ours would be at 12%. And so that brings us at $24,000. And that's what the indirect cost amount is, which is the largest amount that we're requesting. The next would go toward operating costs, and most of those were just for in fluctuation, about 10% on a few items that I'm worried about we might go over just a little bit, and that came up to $9,000. On our outreach activities, we have not been able to do any of our events that we have done in the past, so I wanted to add a little money into that. We asked and are currently working with $3,000. So what we're asking for is $6,000 increase in order to hold some of the events that we used to have in the past. On merchandise for resale, it's not normally on our budget, the way that our budget is now. And the only reason that I had added just a little bit on there was because after our fiscal year, a lot of times our money is depleted, and this money would help us to purchase some items for the holiday season, because we only have a few months in order to get money generated in order to do purchases. I just wanted to show you a little bit of the breakdown of what the operating cost was, and here it is. I have 19 line items, and not all of them are going to be increased, only a few of them, and the difference came up to be about $9,100. So I just wanted to show you a little bit of the difference of what you, in case you had in your mind some questions as far as what that money was going to be used for, and those are some of the line items that are there. So on the next slide, what I want to show you is the income that we make from our sales. I know a lot of people have questions of what money is made, what your margin is, and the percent of those. So this is what's here. On the first line, you're going to see the dollar amount of inventory that's on hand. And what we started out with, I gave you 3 different years of the breakdown on those, which is October 13th, and then our year goes through September 14. So that's what the numbers are there that you see reflected. Dollar amount income for year is the amount of money that we exactly made, that the store exactly made. So those dollar amounts that you see up there, that's what those dollar amounts are. The next one is going to be the margin, which just shows you the margin of money that was made from what has to be spent to get merchandise into the store, and then what is sold and what we sell it for. And then the percentage of margin is there at the bottom. So I wanted to put those up there so you would be able to see what the difference is on any money that is made, and if you had any questions about those are what the numbers are for the Comanche Nation Tourism Center. And so that completes the presentation. I thank you for listening, and at this time I'll go ahead and take any questions, and I know that Dustin and them will let me know if anybody has any questions out there on the live feed also.
Test. Bonnie, can you tell us, I know we have a Comanche Nation blanket, and we also have, I believe, a Comanche Nation Veterans blanket. What are the costs of the pretty one? The one that has the water birds on the top and on the bottom. What's the average? If I go in there and try to buy that pretty blanket, how much is that?
The amount that we sell that blanket for is going to be $240. One of the good things about the Comanche Tourism Center is that we're able to give discounts to our Comanche tribal members, especially and specifically on Pendleton items, because they are more expensive. We want people to be able to afford them if they want to buy them. Even on that blanket, no matter if you're having a giveaway, if it's for a gift or anything, you're going to get a percentage off of that blanket. And we always sell below MSRP from what the Pendleton company sells for.
I like that. MSRP sounds like a car dealership.
Yeah.
Also, this question came to me yesterday. A lady that's wanting to do a giveaway. Do you guys have like a giveaway special if you buy a multitude of blankets or things like that?
Yeah, exactly. We do have specials for people that come through that are having giveaways, and especially for funerals and those types of items, we do give discounts on those. We have markdowns on items for them specifically for that, yes. Are there any other questions out here that anybody might have? Dustin, did anybody? No? Okay.
I'm looking myself, there's not a question. They're just glad we're doing it. So, Bonnie, I thank you. Oh, there's
Okay,
a question
okay.
right over there.
Yes.
At one time, the center was going to have a bus to take maybe visitors from out of state, soldiers or whatever, out to cultural Comanche sites. Have y'all thought about doing that or starting one like that? Because I don't think that it ever got off the ground, but it was spoken about. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, we went on a tour before from the museum. It was just a couple of little buses, but they charged $30 per person. Yeah. And we went to the museum in Lawton, not our museum, but the other Great Plains. They're making money off of taking tourists to our Comanche sites, and we need to start doing it ourselves.
Yeah, definitely capitalize on something like that. It may have been spoken about before. It's not something that we are doing now, but it's something that we may be able to look forward to in the future. Right now, we only have 3 employees, and if we did do something like that, there's a lot of things to look into, and that's something that I can get with the tribal administrator about to see if we could get into doing cultural tours as far as buses and those types of things. But in the past, we have done, on a smaller scale, we have done tours, and a lot of the people that we did take on the tours, they enjoyed them thoroughly, and it was very educational and gave them an insight into Comanche Nation. So that's a really good idea, and it will be something that we can think about having.
Did you charge for those tours?
No, we didn't. We didn't charge for them, and it was during the Shoshone reunion.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah,
it was
I mean,
more, yeah.
Shoshone reunion usually does that,
Yeah.
which is, what when they come here, we provide that for them.
Yeah.
But you went from 587 to $150,000. Why did you go down?
A lot of the reasons that the amount had went down was because of what we have in stock. And it was thought that we needed to get our stock on hand down, which you can see that last year it's down under 100,000. So when you bring your stock down, a lot of times that's because you're selling the items that are most popular. Those are the items that are going to sell. And what keeps our stock at that amount are a lot of the items that aren't necessarily selling, such as our art. So we have our art that's in there, and then we have the other items that are more popular that get depleted. Mm-hmm. So the items that we need to sell, we don't have them in stock. But the administration wanted to try it out to get our stock down and see if that was going to work for us, and it kind of backfired a little bit, but we did sell a lot of items that needed to be sold. So they call it old stock, and so that was had gotten rid of.
So you do buy from local to sell, resell. Is that consignment or what?
No, we don't do consignment, but yes, we buy locally. We haven't been doing a lot of purchases here lately.
Well, I've never known anybody to be able to go over there and sell their stock. I mean, a couple of people have, but they were special.
Yeah, since November 2015, we haven't done any purchases. So that's been quite a while. And it's because of the restrictions that we have on our budget. A lot of the items that we get are from our big vendors, such as Pendleton. And I wish we could, if you went in there now, you would see that the stock that we do have on hand is very limited, and we haven't been doing purchases from our local artists. And I'm talking like not just art as in artwork, but beadwork crafts, yes. Is there any other questions from anybody?
Thank you, Bonnie.